Welcome to the Colorado Mountain College Roaring Fork Campus Summer 2017 CLETA Commencement. My name is Dr. Heather Exby. I'm the Vice President and Campus Dean of the Roaring Fork Campus. At this time, I'd like to present to you the guests we have present with us today. Colorado's Governor John Hickenlooper, Dr. Kerry Hauser, President and CEO of Colorado Mountain College, Glenn Davis, Board President of Colorado Mountain College's Board of Trustees, Mary Ellen Denemy, member of the Colorado Mountain College Board of Trustees, Kevin Brunn, Director of the Colorado Law Enforcement Training Academy program, and Stuart Curry, Associate Professor of the Colorado Law Enforcement Training Academy. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Hauser to the stage. Thanks.
Thank you, Heather. Good morning, everyone. Lovely to see everyone on such a beautiful West Garfield County day in the state of Colorado. We are delighted that you've joined us for this momentous ceremony today, particularly our Colorado Law Enforcement Training Academy graduates, both past and present. We're looking forward to celebrating with all of you. Before I introduce our special keynote speaker today, it seems important to note that today also marks a solemn occasion in the state of Colorado. In May of 1979, the Colorado Law Enforcement Memorial was created at the Colorado State Patrol Academy at Camp George West. It is Colorado's official memorial recognizing all Colorado law enforcement officers who've died in the line of duty. And a ceremony is taking place today in Denver while we are all together. Since its creation, sadly, 306 names have been engraved on that memorial. Today, 4 new names are being added to that memorial. Pueblo Police Officer Moses Laverne, who died in the line of duty on May 10th, 1891, and that is the correct date. That is a memorial for him. Mesa County Sheriff's Office Deputy Derek Gear, who died in the line of duty on February 8th of 2016. Park County Sheriff's Office Deputy Nathan Kerrigan, who died in the line of duty on February 24th of 2016. And Colorado State Patrol Trooper Cody Donahue, who died in the line of duty on November 25th, 2016. Our continued thoughts and prayers go to the families and friends who've lost their lives in the line of duty. It is now my sincere pleasure to introduce your special commencement speaker today, who is here to help Colorado Mountain College celebrate its 50th anniversary and to address our graduates as they officially join the noble law enforcement profession. Please welcome to the podium Colorado's 42nd governor, former mayor of Denver, successful businessman, entrepreneur, author, and chief executive of the Colorado State Patrol and Colorado National Guard, the Honorable John W. Hickenlooper.
So, I can't say what an honor, I can't express what an honor it is to be here on the 50th anniversary and with all of you. I have a few acknowledgements. I want to make sure I recognize people that have done great things here. Kevin Brunn, the CLETA program director, is retiring in December. He's been with the program and CMC for 16 years, training around 600 law enforcement officers, and that's a lot of badges making a big difference. So please give him a round of applause. Of course, the real masterminds here today are all the instructors and those who have created and invested themselves in this program, and the departments who either have sponsored these young individuals or will hire you. They realized your potential and they have held you to and will hold you to the highest standards. I also want to thank Dr. Hauser for guiding CMC. Celebrating 50 years is no easy feat, but Dr. Hauser is an indefatigable example of someone serving and constantly, as is the university, reinventing herself in a constantly changing world, guided in this case with this university by the local communities. Please make sure that we can give a big round of applause for the professors, the leadership, the faculty, and the more than 500,000 students who have enrolled at CMC over its 50 years. Many of them now fanned across the state and really across the country. So give them a thunderous applause. Today in Denver, as Dr. Hauser said, we honor those names who are being added to a list that is already too long, too many lives cut short. And they were family members of this brotherhood, sisterhood, who paid the ultimate price while upholding law and justice. So let's take a moment of silence for them and for their families. Thank you. Now I address our young graduates. You're going out into a world that is filled, and I think a bit unreasonably sometimes, but a world that is filled with anger and bitterness. Technology's been eliminating people's careers. Whole careers have been lost, and many people feel that they've been left behind, and more importantly, that no one cares. The system has evolved to, in that same process, has evolved to, in many cases, encourage lawlessness. The famous World War II General Douglas MacArthur said that the best advice he ever received was on his graduation day from West Point from his father, who said, "Never give an order that you think might not be obeyed." Now think about it, and you can see why that's so important. You're entering a professional world where a number of laws, drug laws, immigration laws, are commonly ignored or evaded. And this doesn't necessarily make the evaders evil. Sometimes it takes society and that wellspring of innovation in our Congress a while to catch up when the social norms of our community have changed. But your job is to uphold the law and to keep us safe. And this changes in society makes your challenges and your jobs more subtle and in many cases more difficult. You're going to need strength, but you'll also need to have empathy. You're also going to need to learn how to navigate with a certain amount of uncertainty. As enforcers of the law, your strength is a basic job requirement. It will literally save lives, and in times of disaster, as we've seen over these last years, you will help transform communities. And this strength has been tested in these last few months. For over 600 hours, you've beaten each other up, fired thousands of rounds, been maced, stunned, slapped, punched, chopped, and handcuffed. Perhaps even worse, you've worn the same black polo shirt, tan khakis, and black shoes every day. But you build up the strength to endure and deliver physical pain. But it's not just strength of body that's needed, it's strength of spirit and mind. You're making the state a little safer every day, but you're also taking a risk yourself, and that can take a toll. Your strength is also in how well you empathize with others, people who may not look like you. We live in a shrinking world, and we meet a lot of people from different circumstances. Soon, within the next few years, most of the newborns in Colorado will be ethnic or racial minorities. And as public servants, we are obligated to ignore society's framework that sometimes tries to force us into buckets. Us versus them, rural versus urban, black versus white, left versus right. Also, people with disabilities or mental health issues, us versus them. Just think about why officers who go undercover sometimes need to be pulled out before they get turned, is the phrase. It's because they begin to see criminals as complicated humans, who they are. They see them as complicated humans just like themselves. And while that can make an undercover assignment untenable, it is also part of the essential currency by which you will be successful. There's an empathy that's required for the job while standing firm on the rule of law. I don't have to tell you that this is a tumultuous time in our communities. As a nation, we find ourselves trying to heal long festering wounds that remain untreated, salted sometimes by hundreds of years of injustice and inequality that are far greater than one person or group or institution. Tomorrow, or at least soon, you'll be thrust into that conversation and onto that front line where the struggle to rebuild trust and to strengthen communities can be tenuous. Our society hangs on whether we can engage civilly with one another to build mutual trust between law enforcement and communities, and all communities, from Steamboat Springs to Salida, from Dillon to Battlement Mesa. As you spread across the state to small towns and big cities armed with strength and empathy, your job is to enforce and to prevent, and to judge each situation on the merits, armed with the knowledge that not arresting someone should also sometimes be celebrated. This, along with preserving life, is your highest task and calling, even as we ask so much more of you. Gone are the days of focusing solely on law enforcement in isolation. To be most successful, you will also be doctors, lawyers, mentors, therapists. Think about the homeless man who got divorced and lost his job in the same month and probably won't find justice behind bars, or the meth user who was once some mother's favorite child, or the kid whose parents are users and just need a little sober faith. We all know people just like them. You've learned the skills to bang down the door, to peek in the window, to read the statute. But the only way to know how to talk to that person on the other side of the window, on the other side of the door, and to understand the human face impacted by the statute is through experience. Years and years of experience facing uncertainty. You can't escape it. And hopefully you'll learn to embrace it as part of your profession and part of the human condition. It is not a weakness. Someone once said that creativity requires the courage to let go of certainties. And half a millennium, more than 500 years ago, Niccolo Machiavelli wrote down all the lessons he had learned from a lifetime of studying princes and leaders in power struggles, the wars and fallen dynasties. He contemplated the merits of fear and love, whether it was better for a leader to be loved than feared, or feared than loved. And he found it difficult to unite them. And although he didn't know it at the time, there is a direct biological basis for this. Testosterone, which we activate in times of crisis or strength, really is an agent for strength, and it inhibits oxytocin, which is an agent that helps people demonstrate warmth. These two agents actually battle each other in our blood. Now, I've had great pleasure working with so many law enforcement officials over the years. We've all heard about the few who made bad choices based on uncertainty or fear, but I've never met a bad officer who tried to do the right thing in the face of this uncertainty. I've never met a bad person who tried to be both strong and warm. These are the front lines of today's battles for community and for inclusivity. Everyone talks about the front lines as being as if in some distant country. But you guys really are the soldiers on these front lines, the unsung heroes who are protecting Colorado communities and making them whole. And you are doing it with less resources and more demands on your time. At the state level, we're doing everything we can and will continue to support you, providing the resources as much as possible and wherever they are most needed. We've worked hard to get new funding to eliminate some of the gray markets in our state's legalized marijuana, which for the record I oppose, just so we're perfectly clear. And we also work for the training that will help you to identify mental health needs and be able to recognize first aid and crisis response. We've got your back. But from this day forward, from this day until you retire, your individual decisions will be in the public eye. Actions you take or don't take will be subject to scrutiny and Monday morning quarterbacking. It's a fact of life. Trust me, it's a big fact a big part of my life. So from someone with a few years in the public eye who's made far more mistakes than could be imagined, here are a couple more pointers just for your, at times, almost impossible job. You will save lives, but you'll also make mistakes. You'll fail, and that can take its toll. But don't let your failures beat you down. Own them. You'll sleep better. A friend once told me that his mother told him that we all have dreams and nightmares. You can't necessarily control them, but you can control whether it's our dreams that we feed or our nightmares. Make sure you feed your dreams. As you make mistakes, learn from them. And eventually, over time, they'll become strengths. And by sheer perseverance, they will add strength to the fabric of your life and your career. And always remember that isolation can be crippling. Take care of each other like you've done these past few months. And don't be afraid to ask for help. And when someone asks you for help, take the time to listen. If you live the values you learned at the academy, you'll find the support you need. Dwell on the dream, not the nightmare. Accept your limitations and embrace your humility. Hubert Humphrey once said, "There are not enough jails, not enough police, or enough courts to enforce laws not supported by the people." And while we're working to try and improve those laws, you'll be making Western Colorado a better, safer place. And know it, we've got your back. We at the state will do our job to the best of our abilities to uphold our end of the bargain. And so will the next governor and the governor after him or her. Armed with strength and warmth, you all will be heroes, whether you know it or not. And you'll do things that few will understand or appreciate. So on behalf of all Coloradans, let me take this opportunity to thank you in advance. Thank you for the thousands of unsung acts that you will take, and thank you for choosing this elite path in life. Congratulations and good luck.
Morning, everyone. I'm Glenn Davis, the current chair of the Board of Trustees, referred to by statute as president of the board, and also the representative for Eagle County. So my compliments to the Eagle County retinue of sheriffs who were dressed splendidly on the way in this morning. So my compliments. So in recognition of the 50th anniversary of Colorado Mountain College, it is my great pleasure to express the college's gratitude to today's commencement speaker, Governor John Hickenlooper, for the significant contributions you have made to our great state of Colorado throughout your career, and for taking the time today to be here to honor our college and this year's graduating class. We are grateful for what you have done on behalf of our students, our college, our state, and our community. The theme for the 50th anniversary celebration throughout the year is because of you. We are thanking our communities and generous benefactors, our alumni, and our past employees for all they have done for us. And now we would also like to thank you. So on behalf of Colorado Mountain College Board of Trustees, and in recognition of your exemplary leadership in public safety within the state of Colorado, I hereby confer upon the Honorable John W. Hickenlooper an honorary Colorado Law Enforcement Training Academy certificate. Thank you.
This is one of those good things, you know, if they told me that I would get a degree without having to do all the work, it would have changed my life.
Congratulations, Officer Hickenlooper.
morning. I'm Stu Curry, Kevin's assistant director for this program, and very honored as always to recognize some of our outstanding students and talk a little bit about our program over the last 16 weeks. This semester was one of our largest classes, as you can see if you're familiar with our program. We typically don't have a class this size and haven't in a number of years. So one of the changes that Kevin and I made to this particular semester was we created 3 squads. And prior to the start of the academy, we asked 3 students that had some experience and demonstrated leadership to be squad leaders. And then about halfway through the semester, we asked the squads to choose new squad leaders. So let's take a minute and have our squad leaders over the course of this semester stand while I read your names. Steamboat Springs Officer Greg Griffin, Gunnison County Sheriff's Deputy Andrew Deal, Eagle County Sheriff's Deputy Scott Peterson, Breckenridge Police Officer Kendra Coffin, and Snowmass Village Police Officer Zach Wilcher. Kevin and I would like to thank and recognize you for your assistance, your leadership, your character, and the example that you set over the course of this semester. Thank you. We have a tradition here at our academy of recognizing the top students in several of our skill areas. The skills that we do here in the academy are arrest control, driving, and firearms. The first skill that we did this semester was arrest control. This particular semester we had a new lead instructor for our arrest control program. So I took a minute and honor Pickens County Patrol Director Levi Borst. I'd asked him to stand, but he's already standing there in the back. So, while not new to teaching, and certainly not new to teaching at our academy, it was a new challenge and a new role for Levi, so we really appreciate the outstanding job. Kevin and I were very impressed at how seamlessly he took over that program and just what a tremendous new approach he brought to that. We recognize the outstanding arrest control student. It's one of my favorites to present. We call it the Top Stun Award. And as you can imagine, it's a lot of skill-based, but it's also one of the most challenging written tests that we have. This particular semester, our top stun not only did really well on the practical aspects of arrest control, but I think it's the first time ever that somebody got 100% on one of our very challenging fill-in-the-blank tests. So we'd like to honor this semester's top stun, SOAP Police Officer Nathan Magelia. Our next skill is a driving portion of our academy. Our instructors for that portion are Newcastle Chief of Police Tony Pagney and Aspen Sergeant Rick Magnuson. Both of them have been doing just a tremendous job with that program over the last 2 years. This particular semester was probably a little bit more challenging for them. They got spun out a little bit more. One of them in particular saw a part of the course that none of us knew was there. So we really hope that in spite of that, they still come back and help us out next semester. One student in particular just did an outstanding job of demonstrating safe control vehicle operation during some of those really challenging maneuvers and really embodied a concept that our instructors emphasize, and that's that smooth is fast. I don't think I saw him lose control once, go off the course at all, and have the fastest time on our final cumulative skills course. This semester's top driving award goes to Gunnison County Sheriff's Deputy Scott Enlow. The last skill that we do in the spring semester, and mainly because weather, we're waiting for the temperature to be nice enough for us to go outside and do some shooting, is the firearms portion of our program. Probably some of the best weather that we've had in any spring semester that I can remember. The longtime lead instructor is Sergeant Todd Holler, I see back there, and he just has been doing that for almost 15 years now and just does a tremendous job with that part of the program. So let's take a minute and acknowledge Sergeant Todd Holler. Firearms is probably one of the most stressful for the students because it's very challenging. The final skills qualification has to be shot with 100%. In this particular academy, all of our students were able to achieve that goal and shoot that with 100%. And I really attribute that to Sergeant Holler and his very experienced staff of firearms instructors. One student in particular demonstrated just outstanding ability consistently during the firearms program. We call this award our Top Gun, another one I love to say, our Top Gun Award. And this semester's Top Gun goes to another Gunnison County Sheriff's Deputy, Andrew Deal. Our final award is the Most Outstanding Overall Student Award. This semester, the outstanding student was academically our top student literally from the very first test and remained that way all the way to the very last test. This particular student also did exceptionally well in all three skill areas. But what impressed Kevin and I the most about this student was the leadership, character, and the example that he set throughout the entire semester. You may have noticed that I talked about three of our squad leaders and then the three squads choosing three new, but only 5 people stood up. I didn't miss anybody or miscount. This particular student squad was the only squad to ask that leader to remain in that position for the entire semester. This semester's Most Outstanding Student Award goes to Steamboat Springs Officer Greg Griffin.
Thank you, Stuart, and congratulations. That's really outstanding and such wonderful to hear. We'll now proceed with the presentation of the diplomas. Graduates, you are invited to share with us your plans for the future or express appreciation for those who have helped you along the way as you've pursued your degree. So, will stage guests please line up? Will the candidates for the Certificate of Occupational Proficiency in the Colorado Law Enforcement Training Academy please rise and come forward as your name is called.
Danny Barger.
I won't take too much time since there's so many of us, but I just want to say thank you to my amazing family, especially my mom, who's always been an amazing example to me, to my friends, and to all of the instructors who helped us this semester and given up their personal time. Thank you so much, and Stu and Kevin for all of the effort and time that you put in for us. We appreciate it.
Kendra Coffin.
All righty. So first I want to start by thanking the Breckenridge Police Department. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here.
Without all the love, support, and encouragement throughout this academy, I don't think I would have made it without you guys. Next, I would like to thank my family and my boyfriend. Without you guys supporting me in my crazy move to Colorado and my career choice to be a police officer, I wouldn't be here either. And the 17 of you guys, thank you so much for helping me get through this academy. I don't think there's any thanks good enough, but I just want to say thank you. And lastly, to Kevin and Stu, you guys have created a program where we learned so much. I feel so ready to go out into the world and go on with my career. And on behalf of the class of 2017, we would like to thank you with a small token of our appreciation. Now, Stu, you can never say we didn't get you donuts, okay?
Benjamin Cooper.
I'd like to thank my parents who helped support me. I'd like to thank the directors, Kevin and Stu, especially Kevin, who helped me get in at the 11th hour. And I'd like to thank everyone wearing a badge today. It's a noble profession, specifically because of your nobility and courage. So, thank you.
Alonzo Deadweiler, Jr.
How's everybody doing? First, I would like to thank my Carbondale PD for giving me this opportunity to serve my community that I'm so proud to be a part of. And my wife for sticking by me for this huge change in careers. And I want to thank the state of Colorado, the best state I could possibly ask to live in, and just everything's amazing here. So there's beautiful scenery, beautiful people, just can't ask for anything more. So thank everyone. Thank you.
Andrew Deal.
I'd just like to thank my family for making me grow up like this. I'd also like to thank the Gunnison County Sheriff's Office for giving me the opportunity to be here and be a part of such a great career. Thank you, guys.
Carla Dominguez.
I'd like to thank my family and my boyfriend for being here today. It means a lot to me for you guys to actually support me in this decision that I've made to come into the academy, and thank you for pushing me to be a better person. I'd like to thank all the instructors too for just doing your job, and thank you so much for being so patient with us. I'd like to thank Kevin and Stu for preparing this whole, the academy. Thank you so much, Kevin and Stu, for allowing me to come back. And even though I didn't share like the whole semester with you guys, the class, you guys were so accepting and you guys were so great with me, and I'd like to thank all of you too. Thank you.
Scott Enlow.
Most of the time when I get in front of a crowd, I'm speaking about fly fishing, so this is kind of different for me. Usually my son. I'd like to thank my family for being here, and I've been married longer than most of these guys have been alive. So. And that's no joke. Me and my wife have just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary, so I'm that old. I'd like to thank my department. I guess you guys are here. Anybody got a hand? Ah, yes, I knew Sheriff Bessinger would be here. So I'm the only guy that they've ever hired that probably fills out his retirement papers the day he starts. So I'm pretty old, but I'll be 45 in about 2 weeks. But law enforcement is something I always wanted to go into, and a lot of my friends back, as you might can tell, I'm not a native from Colorado from my accent. So I'm from the mountains of North Carolina, so I'm a transplant here back in August of this past year. So, but I think Kevin and Stu for putting up with my redneck accent, I guess, more than anything. I got called Grandpa, Pawpaw, Daddy. Deal calls me his dad, and I'm old enough to be his dad, so I'll claim him, even though he's got me a little bit on the weight issue. But I'd like to thank all the guys in the class and gals in the class. It was fun being in the class, and I'm sure that they'll agree. We're glad it's all over now. But thank everyone, and thank the governor for being here.
Greg Griffin.
Congratulations. What a great job. Thank you.
So first and foremost, I need to thank my wife, Mia. It has not been easy being away for 16 weeks. She's been at home raising our son, as well as doing the real accomplishment of growing a whole nother human. I love you. Need to thank my wife's parents for everything they have done, for supporting us and helping us move back out to Colorado and making this all a possibility. Thank my department, the Steamboat Springs Police Department, for all of their support from the day I've been hired all the way through sponsorship in this process. Their guidance and leadership and support has been absolutely amazing. I want to thank all of our instructors, especially Kevin and Stu, who have put this amazing program together. The instructors throughout the semester have just been such a joy to work with and learn from. And finally, I need to thank my squad. Who's been there. We've been such a great team this whole semester, as well as our class in general. The support we've been able to give each other and work together has been fantastic. Thank you all.
Bryson Hicks.
I'll make it quick. I'd just like to thank my family for supporting me through this. I think they were kind of surprised when I gave them a phone call of, oh, I'm going to drop out of my current job and go become a police officer. and also to Kevin for giving me all that incredible information of how to make this happen and make me realize that I can get into this career without prior experience and kind of make my dream happen. So I'm very glad I'm here, and thank you for that.
Nathan Legilia.
Well, it's been one heck of a journey, long 16 weeks, but it's been worth every bit of it. I'd like to thank my family and all my friends, especially all the ones here today. Without your support, this would have been a lot harder. Thank you to Kevin and Stu, all the time that you guys have invested into our success and really setting us up for being able to conquer everything that we come across out there. It's been awesome. And thank you especially to Silt PD for being willing to take a risk on me so early in the process while I was only a few weeks into the academy. So thank you for that.
Josiah Maynor.
So I just would really like to thank my family for everything they've done for me. All of my friends have done more than I can ever repay them for. My girlfriend for sticking by me through all of this and supporting my crazy behaviors. I'd also like to give a special thanks to the Eagle County Sheriff's Department for taking a chance on me, giving me this opportunity to serve the community that I grew up in. So thank you for that.
Danielle Mason.
All right, hi guys. I would like to thank my amazing family for helping getting me here. This is quite the accomplishment. And I'm really excited to get involved in this career, so thank you very much to all of the instructors and directors for helping, and especially Todd Holler. Thank you.
Ryan Matthews.
Well, Nate said it best. This has been one heck of a journey. It's kind of a struggle of 16 weeks, spending it a way that you don't normally typically spend your life. But it's been a great experience. I'd like to thank my family, all my friends who have supported me through this process and my decision to do this. Silverthorne, thank you for taking a chance on me and supporting me through this whole thing as well. Thanks, guys.
Thomas O'Connell.
It's a special day. I feel a lot of pride for today, not just for myself, but for my classmates as well. You guys did great. Really happy to go through this with you guys. And with that pride, I'd like to give thanks first to the Eagle County Sheriff's Office, to Sheriff James Van Beek. Thank you for putting me through. I really appreciate it. I'd like to thank the Academy, all the instructors, Kevin Brune, Steve Curry, thank you guys. And lastly, I'd like to thank my family, my father for being here and giving me his guidance, and my loving wife who's taken the hard role of being supportive and a loving mother. So thank you.
Scott Peterson.
Congratulations, Scott. Great job.
There are so many people I'd like to thank. First of all, I want to thank the Eagle County Sheriff's Office for putting me through this academy. It's something I've been working for a very long time. I hope I make you proud. Next, I want to thank my family. Without my family's support from whether locally or across the country, you've definitely been there for me. And again, I love you guys. Finally, I want to thank my classmates. I've learned a lot about myself and a lot about other people. And without these experiences, it really doesn't do it justice. But thank you for everyone for being here today.
Lauren Sumner.
I'm going to be quick. I just want to thank my family, all the teachers that helped us, and the Aspen Police Department for this opportunity. So thank you.
Quentin Wheatley.
Congratulations. There's people screaming for you.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to thank my family for being here and for all the support. Wanted to thank Kevin and Stu and all the instructors. Want to thank Pickens County Sheriff's Department for job offer. I'm really excited to be a part of your team. Thank you.
Zach Wilcher.
Congratulations, Zach. Great job.
Good morning, or almost afternoon. Let's see if I can find what I wrote down here. I took the time to write it down, but not read over it. So, first, I'd like to thank you guys. Thank you, Governor, for being here and helping us celebrate this day. This is very special. I want to thank my family and friends who have either taken time out of their busy schedules and or traveled from back home in Nebraska to be here with me today. It means a lot to me. I'd like to thank my classmates. We've been like a family for the last 4 months, and through thick and thin, we've all stood by each other, and we've all, in the end, all supported each other time after time. And so we should be all really proud of how we did and the accomplishments we made in the last 4 months. So thank you for that, you guys. I'm sad that I'm not going to be able to see you guys every day anymore, but I'm very excited to stay in touch with you, and can't wait to hear about the great achievements that we'll all make in the future in our careers and our lives. That leads me right into Kevin Brunn, Stu Curry, and the team of adjunct instructors that they have put together. They have the unique and difficult task of bringing together a group of students of different age and different backgrounds and different experience, teaching them a mountain of material in a very short amount of time and doing it well. Simply put, you guys did an outstanding job, and we all thank you very much for that. I'd next like to thank my agency, Chief Brian Olson, Sergeants Todd Holler and Dave Hively, and the rest of the Snowmass Village Police Department, who sponsored me and given me this opportunity to go through this program and to change my life. This has been an amazing experience, and I will soon not forget it. I am excited to get to work and to get to work with you, great people. Lastly, I'd like to thank my parents, Brad and Brenda Wilcher. They have always been supportive of me unconditionally. I love you guys. Thank you very much. And this is for you. And thank you for everyone for being here.
I am Mary Ellen Denemy, the trustee from this end of Garfield County, and not to be outdone, I think our Garfield County sheriffs were just as spiffy as the Eagle County sheriffs. Okay, down to serious business here. Will all the degree candidates please stand? These students have met all academic requirements as prescribed by the faculty of Colorado Mountain College and the state of Colorado for the Certificate of Occupational Proficiency in the Colorado Law Enforcement Training Academy. By the authority vested in the Colorado Mountain College Board of Trustees, I hereby confer the Certificate of Occupational Proficiency in the Colorado Law Enforcement Training Academy. Thank you, graduates.
Graduates, will you remain standing and turn towards the governor, please? I'll now swear you in.
All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution and the law enforcement agency I serve. Always in the interest of public safety and the well-being of my community. Congratulations, one and all. You are a vital part of what makes this state great and safe. And you're public servants now whose duty it is to serve and protect. Congratulations.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you. Now we'll have a special presentation.
One of the best parts of working for CMC is that I'm able to witness dedicated, hardworking, committed faculty help students succeed and pursue their career goals. Kevin Brunn is such a person. Kevin, would you please stand? For the last 16 years, Kevin Brunn has been the director of the Colorado Law Enforcement Training Academy at Colorado Mountain College. I was fortunate enough to witness Kevin's growth and development as a director of this program over the last 16 years. First by being a student in Kevin's first class when he took over as director, second as an adjunct instructor starting in 2005, and finally as his full-time assistant since 2014. Over the years, I was able to experience firsthand the contributions that Kevin has made, not only to this program, but to law enforcement in the state of Colorado. For those of you that know Kevin and have experienced him, you know that his commitment to this program extends far beyond the classroom. Not only does he spend hours inside the classroom imparting his knowledge and experience to students in the program, he spends countless more hours facilitating the skills for our program by working on repairing patrol cars, building target stands for firearms, and taking a lot of his time personally to assist students and adjunct faculty alike. Over the years, hundreds of people have had a positive impact from Kevin Brunn. One person in particular would like to say a few words about the impact that Kevin has had on him. I'd like to turn it over to Snowmass Village Patrol Officer Franz Edlocker.
So Kevin, since that first class in 2001, there have been 600 students who have graduated from the academy and gone on to work as police officers throughout the state of Colorado. When I went through the academy as a student under Kevin's leadership, I was able to see firsthand his passion for the career and for imparting his knowledge and years of experience upon his students. I was able to see Kevin's compassion for his students in their times of need, whether out on the driving track during arrest control or out on the range. Kevin was always there with a camera in hand. Sometimes, as we'll see in just a minute, much to the chagrin of his students. But since I've had the fortune of becoming an adjunct instructor here at the Academy, I've been able to see Kevin's never-ending dedication to his students in a whole different light. Kevin, it's been an honor to teach by your side. Thank you, Kevin, for the stories you've told, the experiences you've shared, and the dedication you've shown. You have inspired us all. You are a legacy. Your impacts have been felt by hundreds of students over the years in the Roaring Fork Valley and beyond. Thank you.
So Kevin didn't know that was going to happen. Actually, that's perfectly timed. It is your time. So, stage guests, will you please exit so we can actually watch what Franz was alluding to?
Well, are you ready for some of that chagrin? I would like to thank everyone for coming today, all the former students, all the former people that have been connected with the Academy over the years, past graduates, instructors, the instructors that are current that are here today, the families, and I'd like to acknowledge my family is here, my beautiful wife, Debbie is here, her daughter Alana, my stepdaughter. My granddaughter Macy is here. My son Justin and his wife Brandy are here. So I would like to thank you for being here. One of the things that I do over the course of a semester is try to document visually what the students do. I know that the family that's sitting out here in the middle has, some of you have been wondering, what has my loved one been doing all this time that you haven't been home? And I'm going to show you a little bit of that. It's shocking what they've been doing. So we're together for 16 weeks, a little over 600 hours of contact between instructor and student. And that's only what's in the classroom and out in the field. It doesn't include the time that they take studying, preparing for exams, preparing for the post-test, of which they all passed yesterday. So I'd like to acknowledge that. So I condense about 600 hours, 16 weeks into about 14 minutes. So you'll get to see a little bit of what they did. If you see something you're not sure what that is, be sure and ask them, and I'm sure they'll explain to you what that was. Thank you.
remarkable. That 16 weeks, truly remarkable. You go through so much. When we look at what rigor is, I think you could define rigor with your program. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, all of you, for joining us today. We're very, very excited. I want our graduates to please stand. Take one last round of applause. Audience, will you please wait until our graduates exit the auditorium? They will join you in the atrium where you will enjoy some celebratory refreshments. I'd like to ask our trustees, Trustee Denemy, Trustee Davis, I'd like to ask our governor and our president to please escort our new spring 2017 CLETA graduates out of the auditorium. Congratulations.